Hello and welcome. Today we're diving into a really powerful idea that's changing the face of mental health. What if the very best therapy for you isn't just one single approach, but a smart, thoughtful combination of many? Let's get right into it.
So, if you've ever even thought about looking for a therapist, you've probably hit this wall. You start looking around, and wow, the number of different approaches is just dizzying, right? It almost feels like you need to be an expert yourself just to figure out where to even begin.
And what a list it is. I mean, you've got therapies that want to explore your deep, unconscious past. Others focus on your goals and your place in the world. Some get really philosophical about the meaning of life itself. And then you have these super practical approaches that are all about changing what you do and how you think right here and now. Each one offers a totally different perspective, but honestly, how on earth are you supposed to know which one is the one for you? And that really gets to the heart of the matter. For a long, long time, the world of therapy was made up of all these separate, competing schools of thought. But all that confusion, plus a whole lot of research into what actually helps people get better, has sparked this incredible idea that is totally reshaping the field.
That big idea is the engine behind something called the psychotherapy integration movement. It's a direct answer to that confusing menu we were just looking at, and it's all about finding a smarter, more flexible, and honestly, more effective way to help people.
So, what is it exactly? Well, at its core, it's a philosophy that frees therapists from having to stick to just one single rulebook. The idea is so simple, but it's also revolutionary. Instead of being a specialist who only knows how to use, say, a hammer, why not be a master craftsperson with an entire workshop full of tools?
And listen, this isn't just some abstract theory for academics to debate. The whole point here is incredibly practical. It's about making therapy work better for more people with the real-world problems they're facing. It's all about boosting its efficiency and making it applicable to, well, all of us. Okay, so how does this actually look in a therapy session? In practice. I think the best way to get your head around it is with a really simple analogy. It's all about building a better toolbox.
So, on the one hand, you have the old school model, where the theory is king. The whole process is basically about trying to make the client fit into that one specific theoretical box. But the integrative approach, it flips that script completely. The focus is 100% on you, the client. And the process is all about tailoring the therapy to you, pulling from that big, diverse toolbox of techniques to find what's going to work best. Now, therapists who work this way usually take one of two main roads. The first is what's known as the common factors approach. This is all about zeroing in on the essential ingredients that research shows make any therapy work, no matter the brand name. The second road is technical integration, and yep, that's our toolbox approach. It's where a therapist skillfully selects the very best techniques from different models for the specific problem you're working on. And when we talk about those common factors, there is one that stands head and shoulders above the rest. The research is just overwhelming on this. A strong, trusting, and supportive relationship with your therapist. It isn't just a nice little bonus. It is the single most critical part of effective therapy. It's the foundation everything else is built on. Okay, so let's get really practical. How does a therapist actually use this toolbox to help a real person with real problems? A fantastic integrative framework looks at three key parts of our experience: how we think, how we feel, and what we do. And this is where it all comes together. Just imagine someone is struggling with perfectionism, this idea that I must be perfect. For the thinking part of that problem, a therapist might pull a tool from cognitive therapy to challenge that belief. Then, for the deep down feelings of hurt that might be driving that perfectionism, they could use a completely different tool from Gestalt therapy, maybe something like role-playing. And for the doing part, like avoiding social events for fear of failing, they might use a classic behavior therapy tool, like a practical homework assignment. See? It's one person, but a whole set of different tools for the different layers of the problem. So, what's the bottom line here? What does all of this mean for you, or for anyone who's looking for help? It means we are finally moving towards a world where therapy can be truly and beautifully tailored to you. The takeaway from all this is just incredibly empowering. It means your therapy gets customized to your specific needs, your personality, your goals. The focus shifts away from what does the theory say to what actually works for this person. It means you're not expected to squeeze yourself into some rigid one-size-fits-all box. You get the benefit of a huge range of proven methods. This quote just nails the whole idea perfectly. The old way of thinking was about stretching the person to fit the theory. The new way, the integrative way, is about tailoring the therapy to fit the person.
It's a massive shift from being theory-centered to being truly human-centered.
So we'll leave you with this to chew on. If your therapy was designed from the ground up, just for you, what would it look like? What tools would you want in your toolbox? Thanks for joining us for this explainer.